fight or flight. Our friends used to tease us that they didn't like socializing with Matt and I because we were too perfect. They'd get in fights in the car on the way home from dinner with us because we made them feel like they weren't as in love as Matt and I were. Things were going really well. Decided to start a family. That was the worst night of our lives. If I lost Matt, that's right. As soon as we touched, he started waking up. That's just the kind of connection that we have. It was in great shape. We ran away once, and we weren't going to be victims again. Fall from the sky. Sweet and so patient, but he was hovering the alone times, and I'd miss him like crazy, and then I'd feel like nothing could tear us apart. It takes time to settle into a new home, and I just needed to relax, and luckily that's what I do for a living. I didn't want to live there. Lee judged my yoga and my gluten allergy. She knew why we called her there. And she knew that someone was messing with us. Why would she move the knife like that? Just to play a home movie. 20, maybe 30 minutes. But I went down with him anyway because I wasn't going to be alone in that house. There's no shame in getting the hell out of the way. I understand what happened. I still don't. I was lost. Or what did it take for me just to survive? I just wanted it to stop. I wanted them to know that they couldn't scare me, that we wouldn't be bullied. Matt called the police and we directed them to the spot. Who knows how long ago or for how long. What he said on that tape sounded insane. But looking into his eyes as he told the story, we were immediately pulled in.
Okay.
The letters on the wall proved it. And he wasn't finished. We wanted out. We wanted our money back. We wanted our lives back. There was no going backwards. We were trapped. We were each responsible for searching. I was petrified, but I could see in his eyes that he wasn't culpable. I had thought back then that he was insane. Meeting him did nothing to dispel that impression. Here was a guy who admitted that he'd lost the property because he couldn't pay a tax bill. I felt horrible about Lee. The only reason the police were questioning her about Mason's death was because of me. I actually couldn't believe that we were back out in those woods again, and with this stranger we'd seen ranting and raving on those videotapes. A 6-day cycle, he said. And once it started, the spirits slipped the veil between the shadow world and ours. We feared the worst, that he could bring an end to all this. It was all we wanted to hear. I'd never been so scared in my life. And there was nothing that we could do. You could feel the house coming alive around you. And that he was the original owner. As many questions as that raised, we didn't have time for any more details.
Where are you taking?
In some places, the walls were moving, infested with insects. It smelled like a grave. Some animals are afraid of the light. Their instinct is to stay hidden from it because darkness means safety and protection from predators. We should have known that in that forest. In the darkness, we didn't recognize where we were. But it was that same house where we'd seen those feral boys. As much as I wanted to get away from the Polks, There was only one place worse than where I was, and that was our house. Every time that truck bounced, I was sure that gun would go off. I don't really remember much after that. There were still so many things I wanted to do with my life. Be a mother. Grow old with Matt. Open up my own yoga studio. And I always thought that I'd have all the time in the world. It was inhuman. I mean, she was just a little girl. They were monsters. I don't understand why he did it, but he stopped her. Those months were like a terrifying nightmare. When I close my eyes, I can still see the fire, Elias screaming, that insane family. I'm just grateful that I will never have to see that god-awful place again. We were the richest family on earth. Meditation, hypnotherapy, even. We escaped with our lives that night, but I never completely got over it. I'm not sure I ever will.
Thanks again for agreeing to this interview. I don't think
This for you, Sid. I am here to set the record straight. I've read the vile things that people are saying about us online. I hear the comments they make. At a certain point, you have to defend yourself. People leave hatchets stuck into my front door. I've gotten death threats.
That must take a toll.
Yeah. You know, we thought that doing the show would be a healing experience, maybe help us process everything. It just made us relive it all.
Dominic!
Cap, please.
Dominic, thanks! Is this a date?
All right, guys, back it. Come on, back it up, back it up. Let's go, dude. Come on.
You're out with this celebrity doppelganger tonight!
I can't, I'm settled for the cheap imitation. Matt hasn't spoken to me since. Which is why when I go back to Rowan, of course I don't want to do the show, but look, Matt can't avoid me if we are locked in that house together, so.
That's great.
If I do this, Dominic cannot be involved. I will not do that to Matt. Is that crazy? I mean, I heard about the Hollywood.
Yes.
I wanted to say congratulations. It's nice to see that something good. I lost a husband, but you gained one. Late for love.
When your vagina extricates?
I was talking about myself.
The party's hopping.
Like a second time.
I can take the basement.
Hey, Matt, maybe we can talk about this later.
Shelby, leave him be.
You have every right to be upset.
My brother doesn't need your permission to be upset. He's been doing just fine without you.
All right, Lee.
It's
It's
the
enough.
lesson that you reap. You destroyed Matt, but that wasn't enough.
It's a goddamn mistake. Jesus, I am so sick of you holding that over my head. I don't know how many more ways I can apologize to you. I'm done. I'm done being punished for being human, Matt. It was one time. I was lonely. I was completely out of my mind. Just.
Your room's upstairs to the...
Ridiculous, Matt. You don't want to sleep down here. Just come upstairs. Talk to me. I won't let you shut me out anymore. I am still your wife.
Should not have come back. You know what this place is. You know what happens here.
No, it's different this time. There are more of us, and Sydney's got cameras all over the house. Nobody's gonna let us get hurt.
You're smarter than that, Shelby. It will happen again. I don't know if we'll survive this time.
Matt, you and me. And then right now, we can walk out the door. I just want to go home.
Shelby, hey. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen.
I killed him. I killed him.
I know.
What am I gonna do?
Listen.
What am I gonna do?
We're gonna wait right here for the girls to come back, and then you're gonna turn yourself in.
What?
You understand?
No, Dominic, no, you have to help. You have to help me. Please, I didn't mean to hurt. I didn't mean to.
I know. So I am helping you. I am helping you. But there's cameras everywhere. They're everywhere. Sydney's watching everything. They know it was you. I tried to stop you, but you were so out of it, there was nothing I could do. The best thing for you to do is to confess and go quietly.
I didn't mean to hurt.
I know. I know, baby. I know.
I loved him so much. I loved him so much.
I know.
You know.
Come here.
No.
It's gonna be. Hey, listen. That's them. Listen, I need you to sit here, okay? Stay right here.
Do you think he could be hot? We'll start looking over here.
Okay, I'll check in here.
Any minute now, we're gonna hear somebody scream.
Don't be such a ghoul, Matt.
For a movie. Sydney put him up to this to give us a good scare for the camera.
Can't avoid me forever, Shel.
I can, and I will. You never should have come back here. My husband. I'm here for him.
Yeah, well, he ain't here for you. But I am. Come on, Shel, remember?
Stop it.
I know you do. I can tell because you're shivering.
I'm not shivering. I am vibrating with rage, you asshole.
Hey, bruh.
Oh, come on.
You want her? You can have her. I don't give a shit what you do with her. Fuck her right here. For all I care. Just stay out of my way.
No punishment will be that death.
Agnes.
I just wanted to be on the show, but he won't let me. He said, no one cares about me anymore. Put the knife down. Please, Agnes. I'm the butcher. And all that threaten and invade my land do me harm. Thou dare come back here? Hast thou learned nothing, Shelby Miller? To die. And I want the world to know exactly who is responsible for my...
Oh, God. Quickly, I need the bandages. Quickly. Come on, darling. Try to stay with us. Come on. There we go. Try to keep it really tight. Once across the chest. Come on. Open up, darling. Okay.
It's working.
I was a nurse at Her Majesty's.
Hospital?
No, darling. The theater in the West End.
None of the phones work. Somebody cut the lines.